Hi guys, right on time. That almost never happens, so round of applause. Yay, I'm on time. Okay. Um, all right. So, Y&R did not disappoint, and neither did Bold. But the reason I put the subtitle or whatever questions is because I have a few. Okay. So as far as the Valentine's Day element, it was present. Um, Billy and Sally are in Paris, and you know this because they're staying in Ashley's apartment. Why Ashley's not there is another deal for another day. I don't even know why, but whatever. And uh, Billy mentioned it first before Sally did, and he said, "Well, I think they may still feel bad about how they treated me. Um, so this is a consolation prize or something like that." And you know, and Sally said, "Well, it may or may not be the case, but I like it just the same. And it is a gorgeous apartment." Um, okay, so staying along with that story for a minute. They make these plans. Okay, well, I have to interject one thing. Phyllis, sweetheart. Um, she has no concept of romance whatsoever. Um, okay. So we have storyline A and storyline B, along with C. Okay. All right. So storyline A is Billy and Sally in Paris, right? Storyline B, which intersects with that, is Phyllis's need to tell Billy right after Daniel told her that Daniel wants the position at the company. Because remember, if you remember, he was on the fence, and Billy was the one who told him you can write your own ticket. And he said, "Well, I don't know because, well, first of all, I think, now this is my personal opinion here, but I think that Daniel doesn't trust Billy fully because of all the history that I have mentioned countless times. Okay? Um, okay. Uh, Part number two of that is the financial history, which is every time Billy does something, it goes bust. Um, it never works out the way that he thinks it's going to work out. And I'm not saying that to be negative. It's true. Um, okay. So we have that. So I didn't think that he was going to take the job because, kind of juxtaposed with that, uh, he would have to work with his mother again. And yes, they have a good bond, mother son bond. Okay. However, Phyllis has a way of taking over, and her will is what she wants to have done no matter what, and she doesn't really listen to reason, and she's not the most forgiving person on the planet. So you have that. Okay. So, and which I don't mean this as personal. I really don't. But I don't think that Phyllis appreciates romance because really hasn't had many in her life. And I don't know why. And I'm not going to speculate into that. I'm just saying that she hasn't had many. So, um, she's more work focused, which, whatever. But everybody should take a break at some point. And if you have a special person in your life, and sorry about that, you should focus some time on that too. Which is what Daniel said, because Daniel said, well, Mom, I don't think this is the best time to tell him because isn't he in Paris with Sally? And didn't he say that all work stuff could wait a couple days? So they can wait a couple days. I mean, it's not going to break anybody. So yeah. Okay. Um, the C storyline. And this is where I have questions. All right. So, Crimson Lights is a very popular coffee shop, right? Okay. But apparently, it is the only shop in Genoa City, Wisconsin, because everybody goes there. And what I mean by that is, okay, so it's Sharon Place, right? Who does she see but Summer first? She gets, well, let me say that Sharon gets bombarded with people today, but I'll start with Summer first. Okay? So apparently, Summer goes in there for her regular cup of coffee, however she takes it, and it is awkward, tense, to say the least. Okay, that's part one. Part two is Sharon. God love her, but Sharon, the character, doesn't know how to let people have a moment to process everything. And she just wants forgiveness, like, right now. And if you don't give it to her, she kind of begs for it. And I'm sitting here and thinking to myself, first of all, why doesn't, if there are other coffee shops in that location, why don't people go there? Number two, why is Sharon so needy to want instant forgiveness from people? What is with that? Sharon, sweetheart, no. Uh, okay. I say she gets bombarded with people because she also sees Phyllis and Daniel um, at her coffee shop later on after Summer. And Summer says exactly what I would say, which is, okay, I've heard what you have to say, Sharon, but could you give me a minute to, like, think about how I feel about that because of all the stuff you did to our family? And I'm going to need a moment. That's exactly what I would say. So yeah. And then, like I said, she sees Phyllis, which, once again, if you understand, they have a rivalry because of men. Now, it's kind of ironic. Okay, this is the week of Valentine's Day because it's on Friday. For anyone who didn't know, um, so I'm gonna look like I'm anti-romance, but I'm not. But it's just like I don't know. I mean, Phyllis and Sharon are supposed to be strong women, strong, independent women, and yet they fight over a man. And I'm sorry, Nick, honey, but you're not worth it. You're not worth the fight over. So, so yeah. Okay. Let's see. What else? What else? Oh, then we get the romance of the day. Okay. So go back with me to Paris, and uh, Sally and Billy have plans, but to go out in the city and like tour the city, right? Because they're going with the storyline that she has never been there before. So Billy is a tour guide, right? Okay. So they have all these plans to go here, go there, whatever, and they get rained out. So then we get to see them uh, get romantic with each other. And unlike other couples, I don't mind it because, first of all, I believe it. Number two, they're not all over each other all the time. So I don't mind it. So I got everything I wanted in an hour. It's great. Alright, bye guys.